Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. Welcome everyone to a brand new project on my channel, Dark Souls 3. Not a game that I would usually play on my channel. However, I have been trying to find a comprehensive Let's Play. I have been trying to find people who don't play this game blindly and have a clue what they're doing. I wanted to see playthroughs that don't start with the Knight class and don't start with burial gifts, and I wanted to see a playthrough with a nice hair shape. Let's see if we can get a better one. I guess in the end it doesn't matter, we're gonna be covered in armor most of the time anyways. However, without any further ado, let's start this totally not blind playthrough. Ooh, spooky, spooky, spooky. Where the heck are we? There we go. That's me. That's me, guys. Yes, I can totally identify with this dude. And here we go. Finally in the game. Let's get this rolling. Now this Let's Play is going to be about playing the game as it was intended. That means we're not going to skip every mob, we're gonna try to find all the nooks and crannies, all the items, all the secrets, or at least most of them. Some of the secrets I don't really know about just yet. But it's gonna be less of a struggle in this Let's Play and more of a walkthrough and guide how you could act in certain situations, how you can defeat certain types of mobs very easily. Now this game is very hard in the beginning until you kind of learned how to deal with the different types of enemies, until you learn the different types of attack patterns and so on and so forth. But once you get that down a little bit, this game can be so much fun, and the sense of accomplishment and reward is just awesome. Anyways, we want to have a little gander over here and we will be able to see this message turn back, but obviously we are freaking deprived and we know what's up ahead. So we are not going to turn back. And what do we find? Oh yes, our first little mini tutorial boss, I would say. The Crystal Lizard. Now, this guy does have about 4 different attack patterns, and after each pattern you can basically do a little leap attack if you want to. You have enough time for that. And you want to make sure that you don't get hit by stuff like that, because, well, he's gonna one-shot you for the most part, if you are deprived at least. But there we go. Okay, that was totally lame. Oh yeah, also likes to breathe frost. That is also something that allows you to do a double attack and then, woo, get out of the freaking way. Now, you can see myself rolling. During the roll you are actually completely invincible, so you can roll directly into the boss. It doesn't really matter. Oh, no, that was a close one, but there you go. Take that. So that is actually one of the most important combat mechanics, that you can roll away from stuff. Of course, another thing is your shield. Always keep your shield up if possible. And oh geez, that totally went wrong. Took a little bit of my health. Oh. And there we go. Time to heal up a little bit. He's gonna roll towards me. That gives me the opportunity to hit him right in the freaking face. But yeah, guys, I have never played this game doing a commentary. I tried it a little bit yesterday, and I have to say at certain points it's really hard because you have to focus so much. Oh yeah, come on! Ah! I almost did something magnificent there. There you go, take that! Oh, no, don't do it, don't do it. But yeah, I mean, my very first fight with this guy, especially as a deprived class, didn't go so well, especially when he does things like that. Yeah, this is the worst attack. This thing can one-shot you, and he just keeps on biting. Not very happy with you, lizard. Bad lizard. But he's gonna drop something very valuable, namely upgrading materials in order to do something with your armor, and also... Oh no, that was too much. Don't risk too much. Oh. Anyways, upgrading armor and also your weapons, and they are gonna deal so much more damage. The upgrading aspect of this game is really important. Okay, I would say 2 more or so leap attacks. Oh, there we go. I almost attacked another time, and that would have been my death, to be honest with you. But there we go, Titanite scale. This is a really good upgrade material, and we already have one so early in the game. Aren't you just happy about that? Now I wonder, do you know a lot about Dark Souls? Is that the game for you? I mean, I would never have considered it a game for me. However, I played Dark Souls 2 a whole lot. And I have to say, I already played Dark Souls 3 for dozens of hours, and therefore I will be able to show a little bit better how things are working and what kind of strategies added up for me. Anyways, once up here we have a beautiful view of a lot of mountains. It actually looks kind of similar to where I live in Switzerland, and over there we have the Firelink Shrine, which is basically the main hub of the whole game. So there you will find all the NPCs, etc. However, we want to light this bonfire. These bonfires act like a checkpoint. Now you have to think of this game as if you were playing, for instance, a Mario game. You start in a level and all the enemies are there. So if I rest at this bonfire, I will be granted all my health back, all of the Estus flasks that heal me up will be reset. However, all of the mobs will be reset as well. So you kind of have to manage to finish a level without resting at a bonfire. Otherwise everything is gonna be reset again and you have to try over. Anyways, it's time to take care of these guys. This is a little attacky dude. I knew, he gets me every time. I don't know for whatever reason, but he can hit me every time. There we go. We are taking those guys out before they kind of wake up and give us a really bad day. And you, do you want to attack? Yes. He had to follow. Nathan, we are not gonna die here. We are not going to die. I won't allow it. No, sir, no. No, seriously guys, I do not intend to die for a very long time. It's not going to happen over the course of the entire Let's Play. Certainly I'm going to die at certain points, but hopefully we can keep that to a minimum. Anyways, we want to jump over the ledge right here because there is an item that we can only reach from here. There we go, and it is a Titanite shard, which is another upgrade material. One that is actually more like a tier 1 upgrade material. And this guy we can take down with a plunging attack, and last but not least the archer. There you go, buddy. That's what you get, that's what you get. If you want to collect all the items, there is a firebomb, I think, down below, but we have to take out 2 more enemies. I want to make sure that we roll right after the first one, because this archer guy can give you troubles, and you don't want that. No, sir, no. Anyways, it's time to do the tutorial boss, and we want to be really careful with this guy, especially as a deprived class. With other classes where you start with a lot more health, it's much more of a forgiving fight, but deprived, well, I had to try it out. I had to learn the attack patterns. That's all you have to do basically in this game. But there we go. He is going to wake up, of course, because we took out the sword. Why the heck would you not wake up? And we want to make sure that we avoid all of his attacks as good as possible. So you just have to kind of look at him. What the heck is he doing? And oh yes, you don't want that in your face. Oh, okay. That was actually a little bit too early of a dodge. However, we kind of survived it. Yeah. Are you gonna have a follow-up? No, I think we can do that. And no. Yeah. Just kind of circle around the right side of this guy and don't get hit. Ooh. Okay. We have to manage our stamina. You don't recover stamina as quickly if you have your shield raised up. And there we go. This is kind of a free opening when he does that, because I don't have to really dodge roll it. Oh! Are you proud on yourself? Oh! Okay, now he is actually transforming, and this face creeped me out the first time I experienced it. All you want to do is basically try to remain behind him as good as possible and just wait for his stupid attacks, and then we can go for the kill. There we go. Oh, be careful. He's going up and down. Oh man, but the first time I did this, it was really hard, I have to say. Oh, okay, he almost grabbed me there. But there we go. We finally managed to kill this guy. Things like that are gonna go much faster once we upgraded our weapons, got something better. However, we got a coiled sword and our ember has been restored. This means we get a little bit more health. And we will be disembered once we die again, and therefore we will have to use things like embers in order to counteract this issue. We don't have an ember just yet, but very soonish. So let's light this bonfire and make sure the next time we die we are not going to spawn at the first bonfire, but rather this one. I don't really have to rest just yet because we're still doing okay-ish with our health, etc. So let's go ahead and open up this door right here towards the Firelink Shrine. There's just a little pathway that we have to cross, a few insignificant enemies we have to kill, and then we will be reaching our first main hub, our first central location. Before that, of course, we're gonna loot a straight sword and we're gonna check out around this corner. Yeah, this guy we want to kill. Beautiful. Sometimes this spear guy comes after you, but I wish. Come on, fall down. Yeah. Come on. You fall down. Yeah, come on. No, I'm not giving up before you fall down. Come on, guy. Yeah, there we go. Both of them. Oh man, so funny, so funny. Anyways, right here we are getting some homeward bones. The homeward bones are rather important. You can use them in order to teleport back to a bonfire or the main bonfire in the Firelink Shrine. And this is of course very useful in certain situations. Anyways, right here we could take the left path, however there's just a bunch of mobs and they don't really do anything or give you anything, they don't guard an item, so I don't see a reason why to take them out. We're gonna go towards the right side here though, and right around the corner we should be seeing a little doggy dog. And those are amongst my most hated creatures. Believe it or not, the dogs are so freaking nasty. So we're gonna go up here and loot an ember. Beautiful, our first ember. I'm actually gonna get that into my hotbar right there. So when we die we can use up one of these embers in order to restore our humanity basically. Now before we go into the Firelink Shrine, I want to pay the left side a visit as well, where we can find those two guys that we want to take out. There we go. And also we want to turn back and get our first upgraded item, the East-West Shield. Well, I shouldn't say upgraded, it's just better than the item that we currently have. And you can see right here that we are now blocking 55% of physical damage with this guy and even more of magical damage. As soon as possible we actually want a shield that absorbs like 100% of the physical damage. But until then we're just gonna go with this shield here. Yeah, it's beautiful. Now up there is a katana guy and I don't think it's a good idea to go for him just yet. Also he doesn't give me anything that I really want. But what we can do is have a look at these items. Here we find a second ember, so we can already die twice. Isn't that amazing? And we're also gonna check around the corner here. What do we find? We will find a homeward bone. That is also fine. Great, now that we got all of these items, let's actually get into the Firelink Shrine itself. There we go, and you can see it is a magnificent little hub here. But before we really talk with all of the NPCs and do all the stuff that we need to do, I want to go up the stairs here on the right side and check out this little tree here. Oh, it's more like a tree guy or so. Let's actually read that. Examine. A seed of a giant tree is yet to fall. Okay, that is something we will have to investigate later on. However, there is an item, a soul, and also a door that we cannot open just yet. We need a tower key. That key we will have to buy later in the game. However, there's a few other things we can do. You can see this item over there and you can also see this ladder. The ladder you can only kick down if you actually manage to open up this door. However, there are other items we can grab by jumping up this tree kind of diagonally and then jump towards the right side. Let me actually try to manage that. That was a pathetic attempt. We have to have a better angle. Come on, guy, you can do this. Come on, come on. Yes, 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 yes! I believe in you! Yeah. Okay, that really works. Now I know why Tarzan does this. Anyways, let's walk around the roof right here until we find a little entrance. Oh yes, that is the entrance to the upper part of the Firelink Shrine. You can see down here is where we were before, and now we can simply gather up the items that are around here. There's also a little nest of crows. You can exchange certain items for other items if you just leave them here. We are gonna take advantage of that later in the game. First of all, we want to get this Estus shard. This will allow us to get one more charge of health replenishment, and that is really important in this game. Also, right here, we do have an illusionary wall. There are plenty of illusionary walls in this game, and I'm sure I haven't discovered all of them just yet. But what we want to do is drop down here and open up this chest right there, where we will find a very important ring. The Silver Serpent Ring. What this ring does is basically allow you to gather up more souls. I believe it's like 10% more. So if you kill an enemy for 30 souls, you're killing him for 33 instead. So that is great. Now we should be far enough down to fall down here. Beautiful. And we're gonna check out what else is in the Firelink Shrine. First of all, we should be talking possibly to all of the people. Where did we come down? Yeah, this guy right here occasionally gets new dialogue as you progress the game. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Ah, another one roused from the sleep of death. And it'd have us seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones.
Okay, so he basically told us about the main quest, to defeat the Lords of Cinder and to bring back their ashes or something like that. And also he gave us the collapse emote, because he's a pathetic little dude who gave up hope on everything.
Don't you think?
No, I don't think. Okay, so far so good. Now there are not too many NPCs to begin your game with in the Firelink Shrine. There's basically just those four. We have the smith over there, then we have the old hag, which is basically your main vendor. And then we have the firekeeper right here, which will level you up. But before we can actually do something like that, we will have to embed the coiled sword that we looted from our first boss. And we want to light this main bonfire here. After you've done this, you should be able to level up. However, there's a few things I want to do before that, and that is of course talking to the blacksmith and upgrading my Estus flask using the Estus shard we looted.
I serve at this shrine as a humble smith, forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust?
Yes, indeed.
A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms.
Yes, indeed.
Let me smith you weapons.
Thank you.
I am a smith. Such is my purpose.
I would never have guessed. Anyways, what you want to do is talk to him 2 more times, I believe.
Weapons and protection are sturdy enough by and large. But when overused, they'll eventually break. When their durability is low, repair becomes a necessity. Use a powder, or simply rest at a bonfire.
Now, I actually never got to the point where I broke some of my weapons. I don't know how you accomplish that. They hold like forever. Anyways, talk to him one more time.
There are 2 ways to smith weapons. Simple reinforcement is one, and infusion the other.
Interesting.
Reinforcement is straightforward. It strengthens a weapon without altering its property.
That's good.
Infusion is a more advanced form of smithing that infuses an element. Reinforcement requires titanite, and infusion requires gems.
Okay, that's actually valuable information.
And I'll do the smithing.
I will bring you those stones, don't worry. Hurrah! So we got this emote, this is why we wanted to talk to him, and also we want to allot the Estus flasks. So we can basically assign how many of the various Estus flasks we want. We can decide between, of course, the HP or the mana pool. I think in this game it's called focus points and health points, I'm not sure. However, we want all health flasks because we are not going to be a casting class. We're going to be a melee class because I just find this easier to begin the game with and to learn all the nooks and crannies. It's just more my playstyle. Other than that, we should be able to reinforce the Estus. This will actually give us 1 additional flask, so the next time we rest at a bonfire we are gonna have 5 flasks. Anyways, we have 7,400 souls. This should be enough in order to purchase a few things of this hag. And she's basically blah 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 blah. You are a weary traveler. I'm the hag. Yeah, I can give you goods. Yeah, fetch souls and bring them to me. She's one crazy little blind hag, I would say. But she does sell the fire bombs. I'm actually gonna make use of those fire bombs a whole lot. And we want to purchase a good amount of them. I would say we're gonna go with 20 right off the bat. And this actually exceeds the maximum carrying capacity. You can see held 20 of 20 and stored 5 of 600. The stored stuff is actually gonna go directly in your inventory if it has space once you rest at a bonfire. And if you run out of bombs, you will have to get back to this place and buy some more. Be sure to bring me more souls. Okay, let's change that in the equipment. We don't want the Ashen Estus flask anymore, but we want the fire bombs in their place. And now we can actually go ahead and take care of the first little real area where we will have to take care of lots of enemies and also difficult ones. And where we will discover a whole lot more about this game. This game is really great, guys. It's currently my favorite game. It's possibly going to be my most favorite game of this year, I have to confess. However, let's talk to the Firekeeper in order to wrap things up.
Bonfire, unkindled one.
Thank you.
I am a Firekeeper. I tend to the flame and tend to thee.
Wanna go out?
The lords have left their thrones and must be delivered to them.
Okay, that was quite vague. Do you say something else?
To be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls.
Ah.
I will show thee how.
You talk weirdly. Sure, I can do that. Anyways, let's level up.
Then touch the darkness within me.
I will touch much more within you. Here we are at the level up screen. You can see a whole bunch of stats. Vigor is for the health. Attunement is how many spells you can have. Endurance is how much endurance you have. Vitality, how much equipment load you can have. Strength will modify your damage output, dexterity as well. And it really depends on which weapons you use in order to decide what you want to go for. I'm actually going to go for a mix between strength and dexterity. Intelligence is... I'm not sure. What is intelligence? It raises the magic defense and also I think it gives you like more focus points. Then we have the faith stat, which is also giving you boosts in magic. Yeah, I'm really noob at magic. I cannot reliably tell you what this is all about. But last but not least, we have the luck stat, which will increase the drop rates of certain types of enemies. So you will overall get more stuff from your kills. Anyway, so let's go ahead and upgrade our strength. I want this to be at 12 and then we also want to upgrade our vigor. Let's go up to 14, that should be enough, and maybe spend one more point in endurance, that should be good. We want to confirm that and there we go, we are already level 8.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Farewell, you beautiful little Firekeeper. Great, okay, let's go ahead and rest at a bonfire. In here we can upgrade our Estus Flask's effects. So in case you find some undead bone shard, you will be able to upgrade those flasks. Not only in numbers at the blacksmith, but also at how effectful they are. We also have a storage box where we can put stuff in that we find on our journeys, but this is something I don't usually use. Anyways, let's check out our travel points. Currently, there are all of the bonfires in there we discovered, including one on the high wall of Lothric in order to get us to the first kind of starting area after we've done the tutorial today and reached the hub. So let's teleport over there. And here we go. I would say we're gonna go towards the bonfire before we wrap up this first episode. And I really hope you enjoyed this sort of playthrough. It is something different. I wanted to see this on YouTube, but I just couldn't find anyone who would do it in a style like this, except for the speedrunners, and they would kind of skip all of the mobs, etc. So I thought, man, Nathan, you are a YouTuber. If you want to see such stuff on YouTube, you might just have to produce it yourself. But there we go, guys. The next time we're gonna start off from here. I hope you're looking forward to that next video. Thank you so much for supporting this series with a like or a comment down below. I really want to know what you think about this game. I know it's not the usual type of game that I play. I'm much more into sandbox games, but sometimes there's just one of these role-playing games that I cannot lay down. And since this channel represents the stuff that I do want to play, I couldn't justify anymore not having this on my channel after all the playtime that I invested into this. But there we go, guys. Thank you so much, have a great time, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.